In life, when you're going to move on anything, firstly, you got to understand what is the thing that you're going to live for and die for free. What is the thing that you are mastering about yourself every day? You're not born to end the way we started. How much commitment are you putting into whatever you are doing? Now, when I was freestyling like this, a friend of mine called Tap of Broken T, he once came to me, was the first rapper I met. By the way, album rapper, they weren't like a dime a dozen in my time. Like, when you met a rapper, even if you were enemies, and you found out that this guy rapped, and he slept with your girl, we are rapper. All of a sudden you're homies. Y'all are just homies just because y'all are rapping. That's how rare it was to find rap, right? So my homie, Broken T, he came to me with this book and with this like cursive writing. I said, well, he said, these are all my rhymes. I said, do you write your rhymes? He said, don't you write yours? I said, no, who does that? This thing was so in me, I never had to study what everybody else does. Now, whatever you are doing with your life, ask yourself that, like, do you have to find out from someone else for you to be driven to do it? Or do you have to find out from somebody else for you to do it better? A lot of us literally are doing things because we are reactive. Because someone else is doing it, I want to do it. We're not doing things because it's who we are. And then when we sit with someone else, go, oh, I never saw it like that. I want to learn, you know? So for me, the next thing that happened for me is that I started recording my music. You know where I got my first advance to record my music? Jameli. Yeah, I went to Jameli, and everybody was mimicking songs, were singing whatever was popular there, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, you know. Me, I come in, they said, what song are you going to do? I remember it was a Taggy Fresh beat. I said, I'm going to freestyle. Let me tell you, Jamali literally like shot that. I started the word freestyle in Jamali. Took the money from Jamali. I think I won like 1,400 or something. Then the only Dion that I got from Celine is that they got vouchers. There was a shop called Dion before your times, you know? And then like Jamali gives you vouchers to go get like, to go to Dion. So what I do, before this was even a thing, I go to my brother. My brother works in IT. I literally like bought some wires, I bought some cables. So we started building this studio. We were so advanced with the idea of building a home studio that when we went to say we're trying to build a studio with Toms, they sold us speakers for a party. So even inside Toms, the idea of people having a home studio was not even comprehended in a company like Toms. So what happened? Lebo literally spoke to his father, Smax, and they went to buy the studio equipment. They got party speakers, they got a party amplifier. The only thing that was studio there was a keyboard. So now when we are recording with these party speakers. The sound is skak. The vocals literally sound, it was a mission. By the time you are recording it onto a cassette or tape, it's like, and then the string of yours is like, starts sounding like, man, it was terrible. Literally, we go through that frustration, but we don't even know this thing is going to change our lives. We just did it every day. I think the second lesson that comes from that is that nothing is going to make you great if you don't love it. You know? And by the way, love has no boundaries. So the fact that you don't have this and you don't have that, that means you've created boundaries. If it's something that you love and you've created your boundaries, the universe is going to literally do the mirror thing. It's going to create boundaries for you. And I know I'm talking about like things that happened then, but there was a time that like we changed the trajectory of South African hip hop. When I say that like it was hard to find a rapper, you couldn't even find rap music being sold at a store. You wouldn't even have a rap music being played on radio, you know? I remember if it was played, I remember Glenn Lewis, like when I was younger coming from school, he plays something as foreign as like Pete Rock and CL Smooth. But like it was once in a while, rap wasn't played anywhere. If you wanted to watch rap, there was something called 0 Hour Zone on SABC 1, right? They call it 0 Hour Zone because everybody's sleeping, okay? This thing played at 12 o'clock. And we would literally sit there and wait till 12 o'clock, okay? So we can record the music videos. The 5 of us that watched it would say, Yo, Mfano, you want videos, ban, you want video. That's how it was so hard to even access rap music, right? So when you guys talk about how hard it is, you guys are literally talking about there's so many of you trying, but some try harder. Some don't stop because they know what they're trying for. We never even knew what we were trying for, you know? So when we talk about hardships, there's a hardship of like, the fridge is empty, but I'm going to get a salary at the end of the month. And there's a hardship of, you know what, the fridge is empty, but sobona pambili. Our lives were, the fridge is empty, but sobona pambili. Your guy's life is, the fridge is empty, but I can see Black is doing it. Oh, I can see Empty's doing it. Yeah, see what I play there? Empty. You guys have got your own peers who are literally showing you that, you're not coming in from ignorance. But like now you've got too much information, you've stopped like tapping into what you guys love. You stop tapping into like, where is your heart? Right now you got too much information. You're trying to wonder, should I sound like Blackie? Should I sound like Nasty? Should I sound like the Quellas? You literally got too much information that you're not making information anymore. But you want to be an artist. But an artist is an information creator. An artist literally like is the one that takes things, not from other artists, but takes things from the world and says, this is how I translate it so people can understand it. So you are struggling so much to literally like be a fan of other people's information and take it in and say you can do better than them, but you want to fight like them, you know? So already you're not positioned to win. Already you're going to be the guy that struggles to get there. So what you need to do is A, like you don't need to know what you're doing if you care for it. B, you gotta actually really love it. C, you gotta say, where's my voice? Because I'm telling you guys one thing. When they put race, they made us forget that like there's other things that divide us. Lineages divide you guys. Your history and where you come from is what divides you guys. Just because you are sitting in the same room, in the same struggle, it doesn't mean that you are the same. You are messengers for whoever is in your lineage in this timeline to basically say it better. But you are busy looking at A. Reese's lineage because A. Reese is a representation of his lineage. Nancy is a Casper, they all a representation of their lineage. And all they doing, they literally like fulfilling that part of that lineage to its fullest capacity. Now we've moved from just creativity to bloodline, you know? Because if you guys are calling yourself creatives, by the way, it's like, what are you creatively showing us for us to say that, oh, this is what these guys did? And then you become part of us black people. Then we celebrate, black, but you all have a lineage to literally communicate and translate something, which is not going to happen if you are currently trying to mimic what is success.
Calling out all content creators, from artists to podcasters to any creator who uses any form of audio. You can now upload your very own audio clip from a song to a content clip and promote your work using the MTN Callertunez platform. The cherry on top is you can use the Callertunez to make some moolah, cash, pesos by getting your fam, friends, and fans to use your Callertunez, which will mean money in your pocket. So basically, every time someone listens to your Callertunez, likes it, they simply press any key from 1 to 9 to download it as their own, and that is a win for you too. You can submit your audio through AMP's very own distribution channel with MTN by sending it to the very email below. And of course, through Callertunez, you get access to the creative world of AMP Studios with access to our resources from recording studios to podcasting equipment to events, networking sessions, and all of it. Get as creative as you want with MTN Callertunez and AMP Studios.
Generation literally comes with networks. It comes with wisdom. First generation comes with speed. You know why the kids are going to be millionaires quicker now? Because there's generations that have literally like come with the wisdom and the network to literally like kind of go, yeah, you know, this is what you can do right now to be a millionaire when you're 19 or when you're 20 years old. You know, the history of beef is so crazy that young people always feel that they need to attack old people. Snyaka literally had a song where he was dissing Brenda Fassie, right? Brenda Fassie and them were literally like the guys who'd been playing and being in the industry for a while. So Snyaka, he rated himself as a rapper. And he had a song like, why Nizonda Majens, say Brenda, he was taking shots basically at everybody who was probably established because he was still young in the game. And you know what? Brenda hit back and said, "Was in my giants, Utaminang is on the giants." You know, iconic beefs. But what is the heart of that beef? A young guy thought that he was cooler than an old guy. As they get older, they respect each other. You know what's happening? We're going through the same cycle. Young guys are going, "Exe Blakey, exe wise," but like, you know, this guy could be your ladder. You know what I mean? And you, as the older guy, you could literally learn from his speed also. And that is what's slowing us down. We keep on cutting our ladders because we literally like go, Marozongje. But the older guy literally like sees further. The older guy has learned more. But the younger guy knows better than the streets. The younger guy knows how to translate the older thing better than the older guy. And if we cannot see each other working together that way, we're going to constantly keep cutting each other's ladders. So I think, the key things that I really wanted to talk about is that you don't have to know what you're doing. You just have to know that you're enjoying it. You write a song, it's a creative idea that has potential to make money. There are some songs that just don't work. You know what I mean? But they're all creative ideas, So at the end of the day, are you a premium creator, yes or no? You don't need to be verified by Spotify to know that. Remove that, I'm comparing myself to so-and-so. Are you a premium creator, yes or no? And how do I define that? When I write, does my audience actually hear what I'm saying? When I've done a song, do I want to do the song that I want to do extra work for this song? Which means that I might just maybe use my phone, do a little promo. Okay, I might just do a little TikTok thing here. Am I actually like really becoming a premium creator? Because right now, I don't even want you guys to be an artist because it seems like this word artist makes you guys think narrow. When you constantly call yourself an artist, you're literally saying that I have this one skill. When you call yourself a creator, you say, I can do this, I can do this. You don't have to say, I'm creating for TikTok. But like, come on. You've sat with people and you've literally just made a quick 15-second thing. You've sat and you've just randomly danced. And so are you a premium creator? Now it's going, how do I curate my behavior? Do I switch on the camera and I do this one? I know I've shot 2 minutes, but let me cut this. Because that's all you're doing. You're now curating your behavior. TikTok is not your hero. TikTok is your enabler. Twitter is not your hero. Twitter is your enabler. So be a creator that curates where each of your behavior fits in the platform, right? You're trying to make the platform give you something. So the platform uses you because you are always there looking at other people. Why? You think the platform is going to give you something. You got to give the platform something, which is linked to your lineage. Because our Koko Nabom Kulubako that were here 200 years ago, they never had YouTube and Instagram too. They had to go stand up in a mountain and say, "Hey, Mbulieza." They had to go stand up in a mountain. But that was still a post. So if you literally get out of the mind of an artist, you are creating art, but you are not an artist. You are a creator who's literally curating where each of its creativity can live. Because, when I was Slikour around, they never had TikTok. They had to walk to that place, to that center, to say, yo, I'm a rapper. Then they move Fosloras, they go to Togoza, yo, I'm a rapper. Then they go to Davidton, yo, I'm a rapper. Then they come to Joburg, yo, I battle Slayers. Our niggas go, okay, I just press this. Even if I bought media on Instagram in my bedroom, and I said, okay, let me go Joburg, Gauteng, buy media in those places. Go. Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong to pay for that. If you are going to pay for anything else, then pay for the advertising and the social media with your little raps or with your little... Because I care you've curated which one you're going to pay for. Because don't worry, we were paying to get in the taxis to go sleep in those places in Heidelberg. We were paying. So don't think that when you are paying on social media, it's wrong. We're paying the price to get to where we needed to be. My whole life has been following my heart. When we were rapping, I never knew that we were going to have the Squatter Camp success. I just built a studio not knowing. You know how we made Umoya and all those songs? It's because literally I was living inside the studio with the guys. Be so great, you ignorant of your greatness.
I'm born KZN, raised in Johannesburg, and I've had the privilege to grow up in different regions throughout Gauteng. My question is, I've been taught hip-hop since a kid, basically, and I know South African hip-hop and American hip-hop can never be the same thing. However, I feel South African hip-hop is missing a crucial element which I feel could trigger a lot of what you were speaking to today, which is politics. Do you think South Africa is ready for a political element in our hip-hop sphere? Before Keenan passed away, he was kind of dropping jewels like that if you listen to Mass Country. So, yeah, that's my question.
I always say it's the creator. Is the creator ready to take that step? Because they're the ones that create the thought, right? So is the creator ready to take the step, and are they ready to create it in a comfortable way that's palatable for the generation? I'd use an example. I wasn't raised on Public Enemy, right? And they were talking all the conscious stuff, right? But I love some songs, but I never really was like a Public Enemy guy. Then Dead Prez literally came, conscious rap, well, particularly that's how they put themselves out there. But the beats were relatable, you know what I mean? So it's every generation, it's just as in FYI, Arrested Development, they were singing all the conscious music, making it melodic. They was really outselling a lot, and they kind of muted that so they could put in all the trap. But the thing is that the consumer's always waiting to be taken where the artist wants to take the consumer, if they can do it in a palatable way. And I know, depending on how purist you guys are, I use the example, there's a girl right now that I think, for me, she literally encompasses what every girl wants to become, from a look and a fashion perspective, right? But she also raps, and she literally has got cadence, flows, she understands how to do that pretty well, that I think that you can have a rap conversation about how she raps, right? And if she literally does that, she can easily make the rap conversation be palatable to women like her who are fashionably inclined and savvy. I mean, although she's done different genres, but if you listen to her properly, Anele Zondo, she literally has got different cadences on what she can do with rap and how she writes. I don't know if she writes for herself also, which is another thing, because that's what it got me wondering. But if you look at her Instagram, she looks nothing like a rapper. She looks like what girls would literally like want to look like, but trust me, if like they literally get into her content, those girls who want to look like that probably won't talk about rap, but she can get them to talk about rap because she's that creator. So similarly, we need rappers who are able to do that and kind of go, let's talk about this, but they still fit the conscious kind of mind state from a fashion perspective, lifestyle perspective, because nobody wants you to be conscious and you're just conscious. Go hang with us, go drink with us, go have fun with us. Show us you're a human being. There's no one person who's one thing. So the creators also have to be able to do that and balance it. And even though you say that about like Keenan, there's some stuff that Ricky was saying which was also really deeply spiritual but not political. It was deeply spiritual, that if like another guy who wasn't as cool as him was saying it, it would have been like, this guy's a bit serious, you know. So if you look at some of the things that Ricky said, he was also saying some deeply spiritual things, but damn, he was super cool, you know what I mean? And that's why till this day, you see people keep quoting some of these words and whatever the case be, which obviously is, I mean, there wasn't social media 20 years ago, but it's also like a new thing where his life keeps coming back through the things that he's saying. But you think that he was like a Gandhi, but that nigga was super cool in a fur coat and like in a Porsche or whatever the case be. So he was everything that the culture was, but he also literally connected to spirituality. And that's the thing about creators. They want to be everything the culture is, but they also scared to talk truth also. And that's what we need. Fearlessness.
Sebenza, sebenza, sebenza.